Okay. So just to let you know, we are broadcasting, so you're everybody can hear me and you. No, not right now because I didn't switch the camera. It's on a test pattern right now. That's how. That's yeah. Because I got to get music. I keep getting flagged. No, that's not how I'm starting it. No, it's not starting yet. But I started the video so that you could pull it up. Okay. Yeah, we're on. Okay then. Oh, see, I can hear myself. The link? Yeah, yeah, yeah. After the show's over, but if you want, it's broadcasting now live in like 30 seconds. It's up now. That's what I was trying to tell you. I started it already. That's what I'm saying. People could hear you. All right, so I'm gonna turn everything down. Don't say anything. Let's see. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna switch over here. Camera one, camera two. All right, so we're right here. Okay, you ready? Okay. Okay. So, all right. So we're gonna start in five, four, three. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. We are here and we are live on YouTube and Facebook, and you are checking out our live show. We're back. Happy New Year, everybody. We haven't been on since Van. By the way, let me introduce my partner here, uh, journalist extraordinaire, Mr. Van Stone. We haven't been on since what, like the week before Christmas? Wow, a lot's happened, hasn't it? Yes, I'm still there. For some strange reason, I cannot hear sound, and I don't know why. You, we're still on, but for some reason, I'm not hearing any audio. I have no idea why that is. Let me see what's going on real quick. Or try
So,
to. Okay, here we go.
okay,
Hello?
so the audio is on now.
There we go. All right.
Audio is on?
Yes, it is on. I don't
Okay.
know. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if you want to just go back over it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go back over. I mean, this is what we do, and of course, when we do live, we let our listeners and viewers always get an opportunity to see what rural radio and broadcasting is, what it's like. Mistakes or interruptions or technical difficulties. It doesn't matter, but we enjoy what we do. So once again, welcome back, everyone. Happy New Year. We haven't been on, boy, the week before Christmas. We had a whole lineup. But of course, I'm Van Stone, your host. I used to say the face behind the music, but you can see my face now. So I'm the face behind the podcast. Anyway, check out WVSR 1360. Google it. And also check out the Philadelphia Front Page News. Google that. Also check out Van Stone Philadelphia. Check that out. That's the nonprofit that's been around since 1980. And you can go to our webpage if you like at vanstonephiladelphia.org or bspfoundation.org. We had so much we were working on in 2020. And at the end of the year, usually we do most of the hard work. We get all this explosive things going. We get ready for the new year, and here we are. So we've had several important things dealing with children. We've got Roger Robbie, the hip hop raccoon. You can check out that website. We had a coalition we put together at the end of the year, Delaware Valley Coalition. So it's just so many different things. You have to go to the website and really check out the updates. And we'll remind you again. It's kind of like we're getting used to this again since we haven't done it in a while. Right here in Philadelphia, the weather is just really freezing. We haven't done that in a while, where we just give you the weather, the news. It's 25 degrees right here in Philly. I don't know what the temperature is where you are, but basically hardly anybody wants to go outside. So bringing it to my co-host, Jerry Wilson, we have topics that's just open. Remind you, this is our first show for this year, what we do. And we also use this as a infomercial promo. We're on Facebook Live. We're also on YouTube Live, and we're broadcasting at the same time right now. So stick with us, and we hope that you enjoy the show. We're going to get into some good topics.
Well, I just want to make a correction real quick. You probably didn't even realize it, but you said 2020. It's 2023, by the way. So just to...
No, I said what we were working on in 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, leading up to 2023.
Got you. Okay. Now, I just wanted to make sure that people want to be, wait a minute, is this old?
Yeah, no. And you're always busy doing 2 and 3 things at the same time. So that's why we appreciate what you do.
Yeah, and
this is our first show.
And as I started talking, my mother tried to call me, so I'll call her back when we're done. So
let me remind them. Boy, the important things, which is going to make the show explosive. The mayor's race in Philadelphia. So it launched early. They're really into it now. In the month of February, just to explain how elections work here in Philadelphia. In the month of February, there's a small window when the elections really formally start. So the candidates can announce, but we have 2 phases to this, which is very, very interesting. Jerry, we can talk about that a little bit too, since, I don't know how much time. We have videos, performers who we've talked to who participate in the show in the end of last year. But I think this information for civics is very important to all our viewers and listeners. So the small window is you have to go out and get signatures, and there's a certain amount of signatures based on the candidacy. This is how politics works here. In Philadelphia, if you're going to run for mayor, you have to get 1,000 signatures, and that could be anywhere. The unique thing about that is it's citywide. Doesn't matter. There's no limitations. If you're running for a position based specifically on an area, a district, then that changes things, and you have to get signatures from the people who are residents in that particular area. With the mayor, it's just so unique. It's explosive. It's a national issue, and it's one of the biggest things that we've been covering here. We've had one of the candidates, Warren Bloom for mayor, but there are like 11 candidates now. They all jumped in at the last minute, and so we're going to see who drops out, because if you can't get your signatures, that's one thing. And then even if you do get your signatures, you may be challenged by anyone, and it goes before a judge. And then if you don't make it, all of the activity that you have said before even getting on, the ballot, well, that's it. It's mute. So this is where we are right now. It's going to be very interesting. I thought I would bring that up.
Well, me and you both have that experience getting those signatures. I remember when a few candidates had ran for state rep. I remember we did, well, I don't know about you. I know I did some canvassing for Tommy Blackwell when he ran. There was a guy named Mike Horsey that ran. I don't know if you remember Al Spider. Remember him?
I do.
And then, of course, when you ran for state rep.
Oh, that's supposed to be a secret. Okay, you blew it. Not really. Yes, I also ran for office, state rep as well. And, the signature work that's a whole nother thing. I feel and believe the people who are successful and really good at it, they're really the experts. That's just my opinion.
So yeah, I've always been I've always been into politics actually. Ever since I could vote, I've been heavily into politics. My camera's a little messed up. If you probably don't notice it, but it is. I apologize. But yeah, I've always been interested in politics. I'm one of those guys that like watches MSNBC adamantly and all that. And I've been keeping up on the news. And one of the things in the news, of course, everybody knows about this, is happening out in Memphis, Tennessee, with Tyre Nichols, where the 5 African-American black officers beat the dude to death. 29-year-old man. I think he had a child, like a small child, and everything. And they just basically beat this guy, excuse the term, like he wasn't shit. I mean, they just beat him to death, killed him, and fortunately, they were all charged, and there's a huge investigation. So the first part of the investigation, they ended up dissolving the so-called task force or strike force that the 5 officers were on, which was called the Scorpion Force.
Right.
And now there are more arrests, even up to like the EMTs and the medics that worked on Tyre, that they're saying failed to act and just basically let him die. So I wanted to kind of get your opinion about that. You know, I seen that funeral on TV. I actually seen the vice president on giving a speech, Kamala Harris, and it was real messed up. It was really messed up.
Yeah. This type of thing is the same thing over and over again. And what happens? The people who have the strong media, that means they're on the big networks, you know, mainly the cable networks, where they really have the dominance, you know, so more viewers will listen to them more so than people like you and I. You know, we're national media as well, but we just don't have the same access. So I did want to really get into that, because the bottom line is that the same things are always said over and over. Why does it happen? Why does it happen? And they all repeat the same thing. You know, the professionals who are supposed to really have the answers, even including the law enforcement officers who are involved. So if you are a police officer and, you know, you have an opportunity to follow, we have public safety background. Most of the people with Van Stone Productions Foundation or Philly Funk Radio, we've done so many different type of jobs. We've been involved from safety to security to private policing. And with the training and so forth and so on, first of all, that's not the answer. This is the answer that's always given. Well, you need more training, It's not training. That's not the problem. And then the other thing is leadership. Nonsense. It's not leadership. How can it be leadership when the leader is not physically there when the incident happens? So, but they just keep repeating the same thing over and over. And this is why, you know, they just don't change. What really the problem is and how quickly this whole thing could change, especially for us as Black Americans, but it happens to other people, but mainly the killing of Blacks. The simple answer really is they just need to do a real police reform and combine all police departments so that the listening power, every time there's an incident, you know, as a civilian, you know, Jerry, you actually was a big fan of following all these police incidents on the radio, the CB. What's that radio?
I actually still do, but we're using. I gotta pick up the microphone. I'm actually using software now to do it. It's gotten to the point where you can actually listen to the police radio on your cell phone. So, right. You know, I still listen to the calls and stuff like that. I don't go out and videotape it like I used to, but I still do listen to it.
You used to be a chaser. You used to actually show up on the scene and get the news. You know, there's actually a movie about that, but that's another topic for another time. But that's the point. You see how simple it is that an average citizen who's just curious, who wants to really pay attention to what's happening, what the police are doing. If an actual citizen can just follow every incident, it makes no sense that the actual police force cannot really straighten this thing out in real time and get there at the nick of time and do exactly what needs to be done. So they're surrounding police departments. They're all up under law enforcement. So imagine if they just do the simple thing is that each representative from each department pay attention to any kind of stop or whatever the situation is that an officer is involved. And, they send out representation, which usually is a sergeant, which has authority. And in this case, they should send out more than one, they should send out two. And what it should be is that when the officers come on the scene and the actual officers who are there doing the stop, if they are not doing what they're supposed to do, the reform should be that immediately the other police officers can actually stop them. So it really should be police on police reform. That's really what it needs to happen. Otherwise, it's not going to make a difference.
I do want to say this too, and this is not the case in the situation with Nichols, but people also should realize that there's a way to assert your rights without kind of escalating the situation too. Because you got to remember, especially when you stop by the cops, they always say it's better to challenge whatever they're trying to do in court. You can't challenge it if you're dead. So it's always best. It's kind of hard sometimes, but as much as you can, comply. And again, sometimes that doesn't work always. But, that's not the time to plead your case right there. They already made a stop. They already think you did something. So, I told you this morning, I just had the windshield replaced on my car. So I don't have stickers on my car right now.
Wow.
So, what I did was I got the old stickers and I got all of the paperwork. Just in case I'm pulled over, I'm just going to give them the paperwork, give them my license. You want to give me a ticket? Give me a ticket. I'm not going to argue with them. That's not the time to argue in court. That's why I wanted to bring that up. Because like I said, that's not the case in this particular situation, but I've seen situations where just one word, because when the cops come to you anyway, they're already charged up.
Right.
So if you're, why are you stopping me? F this, F that, F you. That can make the situation worse. So, right. That's, I just wanted to bring that up.
But it is the case in this Tyre Nichols death situation. When you watch the video, one of the things he said was, what did I do? I didn't do anything. So even using what you're saying, when you have bad police, again, this is the problem. The people who become police officers, they're already that individual before they get on the force. So these are the worst people out there. They're already criminals, crooks, whatever nickname you want to call it, gangsters, bad people. And basically they just go and get a job so that they can do more of the worst thing. And that's what happens. And then, they brought up the point, well, they're black, 5 black police officers. Was it racism? Of course it's racism. Again, it's so simple to understand what racism is. But because, like I said earlier, the large media, they get to dictate what their opinion is of what racism is. If you're black and there's 2 black people, that's not racism. So when they constantly push that allows the bad people who are racist, such as all 5 of those cops were racist. They were black, but they were racist. They were people that don't like black people. You have white people who don't like white people. They're racist. And in this case, there's so many backstories and rumors about what happened, but it doesn't really matter. If you're just a cruel person, you're driving around with a gun and all this authority, then you're going to just enjoy doing more damage. That's exactly what they did, the Scorpion Squad. So that had to be dissolved. But here's an interesting thing about that. So at this particular time, with this particular police force, the police captain or commissioner, whatever you call it, according to where you are, was actually one of the original creators of that force. Can you believe that? Now, this is a woman, a black woman, who should know better. Women are always victims first, especially if a police officer come up. Women are put in fear, the dominance and everything. And why would a woman police officer who has all the power to create the best things for public safety come up with a Scorpion Squad where they have unlimited power, authority to just go out and wreak havoc, supposedly stopping the worst criminals out there.
Well,
and when they talked to her about it, her response was, well, the unit should still stand, even though the officers didn't follow the design of the program. What you think about that?
Well, something I noticed is we, especially black people, like we're conditioned to hate each other. And especially when we get in a certain positions and we think we're trying to impress certain people. I'm not going to get into it.
Correct.
That's where that attitude and that's where that behavior. And by the way, like you said, racism isn't necessarily black hate white, white hate black. It's oppression and supremacy. And these cops felt that they were supreme beings over this one individual to the point that they beat him to death.
Right.
That right there is racism. So, I wish people would stop saying that it's black, white, this, that. No, it's oppression. Like I said, oppression and supremacy. And we got to stop hating each other. Seriously. And we've talked about this, and we're not going to get into our personal situations, but I experienced it, you experienced it just recently. You're experiencing it now.
Right.
And so am I. And it's like, it's ridiculous how we just been trained to hate each other.
Correct. But here's the deal. Let's make this straight, since we're talking about for our listener viewers, and especially those who want to catch this show and then, get the view of other experts like ourselves. Let's tie in what happened with Nancy Pelosi's husband and how the police responded to that situation. It was really the most bizarre response. First responders are supposed to be trained to know what it means when someone is asking for help. They're supposed to be code words. So like if a woman is getting raped, she's supposed to yell out as a code word, fire. And that's a code word that would get an instant response to know that something uncontrollably dangerous has happened to this individual. So here it is, Nancy Pelosi's husband. He's standing there with this guy who's white, by the way, and he's holding the hammer of what the guy has in his hand. So the police on the scene, that's just common sense that this man is in trouble because he's holding a hammer, trying to keep the other guy from just having a free hand with the hammer. And yet when you watch the video, because the intruder was white, the police officers took their time and then stood there and just looked and asked a question. So why are you holding a hammer? It was only until the guy, broke the hammer away from Nancy Pelosi's husband, and then he went to lunge and crack his skull. So again, this is the same thing about racism. If it was a black guy who was in that white man's house with a hammer, the police, they wouldn't have been standing there asking him, well, why you got a hammer? They would have lunged forward immediately and probably, broke the separation, and then most likely would have shot that individual if the person was black. So the racism is just terrible.
Well, it's not the most likely. We know that's exactly what would have happened. That situation would have been neutralized in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. So that's why I said, real police reform is not leadership, it's not training. They get all the training they're supposed to get, and then it doesn't matter. They disregard it anyway. They have no intention of doing anything that they learn. When they get in the street, they know exactly what they want to do. So in this case, you have to have the property authority. And hopefully when we get a chance to talk to the candidates here in Philadelphia who are running for mayor, we want to hear their answers or see if they're willing to take the better suggestions of how to really change the situation.
All right. So real quick, we're actually gonna run a video. It's actually the same video that we ran. If you remember the last show that we did, we had a video one by a Philly artist named Lassiter. We're actually gonna
why don't you run the other one first?
Run the other one?
Yeah, okay. Let's run the new one first, because Lassiter, that's going to change our attitude with music, and we're going to be all dancing.
Oh, we're going to be all dancey happy and all that?
Yeah, so.
Well, the other one's dancey happy. They're both like that. All right.
Yeah,
so we're going to run.
Let's see this one.
So we're going to run the video real quick. and we're gonna run this, and then I'm gonna shut up. And Van, your mic is gonna be open, so don't say anything. So if you stub your toe, don't just start spewing foul language. All right, let's get into this video. We'll be back.
Girl, it's the weekend.
I'm gonna take these last $2 and they're going back down to that hole in the wall.
All right, we're gonna try that again. You probably can't hear it, Van, but it was a little mistake going on there. Let's try that again. Huh?
We can't see it.
We can see it, but we can't hear it. Let me start it again. Sorry about that.
All right.
Girl, it's the weekend. And I can't wait to get back down to the joint. They got this cute young tender down there that's playing the harmonica, and he is off the chain.
And I feel like I had an on ball. I'm gonna take these last $2 and they're going back down to that hole in the wall. See, down at this funky little joint, they got this hell of a band. And the star of the show, you ought to hear him blow. They call him Mr. Harmonica Man. He's Big Booty Judy and Sexy Sue screaming, don't stop, whatever you do. When it starts to play, you got to dance to Mr. Harmonica Man. When it starts to play, you got to dance to Mr. Harmonica Man. It's an all-night party every night. Plenty of whiskey, chicken wings. He keeps them out on the floor, roly. Mr. Harmonica Man doing his thing. They love to hear him blow all night.
I know that's right.
Till they make the joint turn on the lights. 'Cause ain't nobody going nowhere as long as he's got that funky thing in his mouth. He's Big Booty Judy and Sexy Sue screaming, don't stop, whatever you do. When it starts to play, you got to dance to Mr. Harmonica Man. When it starts to play, you got to dance to Mr. Harmonica Man. He's Big Booty Judy and Sexy Sue screaming, don't stop, whatever you do.
See, girl, I told you. Home? No, I ain't ready to go home.
When it starts to play, you got to dance to Mr. Harmonica Man. When it starts to play, you got to dance to Mr. Harmonica Man.
All right, everybody. We are back. We're back here. Jerry and Van. Van, you back on?
I'm here. I'm
Okay.
back on.
Here we go. So,
Yeah, the video was nice.
yeah, that was Larry D. I'm actually in contact with him. I actually I forgot to text or send him a message or letting him know that I was going to run this video, but I'll do it after the fact. So, yeah, that's one of the things we do here on our show. We have artists. I don't want to say up and coming. This guy's an established, very well established artist. He's actually been with other bands in the past, and he's on his own now, making his own music. And we got another music video coming up before we leave out. And I want to put this out. Speaking of which, if you are an artist and you have music that you would like played on our radio station, Philly Funk Radio, at www.phillyfunkradio.com, or hold on for a second, or if you have a music video that you would like played on our video show here, get in contact with us. You can actually contact Gerald at phillyfunkradio.com, Gerald at phillyfunkradio.com. Did you want to put your email out too, just in case?
Well, I will, but I had a quick question about the video. So
Yes.
what kind of music was it?
What kind of music?
Yeah.
It was,
it hip hop? Was it R&B? Was
R&B. R&B.
Okay.
Basically, anybody who knows me knows I'm into R&B, funk, jazz, and so forth. So a lot of stuff that you will see and hear, oddly enough, will be in that realm. If it's rap, we'll kind of do that, but we'll do that kind of another way. But yeah, that because you couldn't hear it, right?
No, I could hear it. It was fine from the beginning. It was running.
Oh, okay.
So when you restarted over, everything was running. But of course, again, I'm glad you did that. Remind the listeners, we're both old time back in the day DJs. We've been DJing forever. So like I said, Van Stone, DJ Van Stone. And if you are interested in having your music on our radio station, which primarily is phillyfunkradio.com, reach out to us. You know, you can reach out to me at WVSR1360@yahoo.com. W, V as in Victor, S as in Sam, R as in robot, WVSR1360@yahoo.com. So,
And just real quick, I would like, speaking of the radio and our back in the day, I always, when I get an opportunity, I want to give a shout out to two people that started me off with radio. One is Mr. Stone Michael Campbell, WSKR 97.7, and of course Grand Wizard Rasheen, DJ. The basically he's like a master with the turntables.
Right.
So I just want to give a shout out to those two guys.
oh yeah, and of course I DJ'd with Rasheen. You know, it was really a great experience. And I think he's not in the city right now, right?
Yes, he actually is.
Oh, he's back. Oh,
Yes,
well,
he is. And
we got to get back with him and get him on the air.
And I will be calling him later on in the week. I have his phone.
Good. And also this year, aren't we supposed to go live with the other broadcasting format where we're supposed to, do our live show, which will have much more time?
Well, there's a whole bunch of things that we're going to do during
Yeah, but
this
what's
year.
that format though? I forgot. What's
So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a live DJ set. So I don't know if you're going to come here to do it. Believe it or not, I got virtual turntables and everything. If you want to come over here, you can do the all that. I don't have real tables.
Well, what's the platform? What's the social media or media platform? I forgot the name of it.
So it'll be on Mixcloud.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, it'll be
That's
on
what I'm talking
Mixcloud.
about.
But what I'm going to do is put a link on both Facebook and YouTube so that they can click. And the reason why we're doing Mixcloud is because I don't know if anyone's realized this. This is the reason why we didn't have any music on today is because if it's copywritten music, then it will flag it and it will actually mute the audio and screw your whole video cast up. So that's why I didn't use any music today. However, with Mixcloud, the Mixcloud subscription includes a license that actually pays ASCAP BMI for the right to actually run that stuff. So that's the platform that we'll be using.
Correct. So, and we want to let all our listeners here in Philly, all of our top competitors you're used to, we'll throw out there WDAS, but WDAS is not the only one. That's old school and R&B, but the other stations here basically really run up under one collaborator, by the way. So Black people no longer own the radio stations with the music that we listen to, but hip hop, jazz, funk. We are the competitors, and we've been doing this for a long time. So we're going to be playing our music, sexy jazz, smooth jazz. We'll play a little bit of everything, so regardless of your affiliation, we're going to try to invite some of our listeners and viewers and our guests to come on the air with us and do radio too. So we'll try to put everything together, and that's really going to be fun. We've been talking about that for a long time.
Well, it's pretty much iHeartRadio owns pretty much every radio station now.
Well, they don't own our station. We own ours. So.
Exactly. we do still have African American ownership with Radio 1. So that's good. Kathy Hughes still owns that. She didn't sell it, which is good. So we do still have representation in big media. But like you said, we're doing that too. So
right, we're Van Stone Radio here. As West Philadelphia Van Stone Radio. That's
Philly Folk Radio.
Yeah, but a lot of people they got so used to us they don't ask what's the call signal stand for. We have to go back. WVSR, West Philadelphia Van Stone Radio. That's what it means.
So before we play the other video and get out of here, is there any other topic that you wanted to bring up? I did notice something that I just seen yesterday, and I'm sure you heard about this, about these Chinese balloons flying over here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't shoot the balloons down yet.
Well, I'm not surprised because they really don't want any trouble. Or as they say, they don't really want any smoke with China. Not really.
Yeah, I think Joe Biden actually said that. Exactly. We don't want no smoke. We don't want no static.
No, we don't want no smoke. That's what he should have said. No, they don't want that. And let me just throw this in while we're talking about that. So if you're going to throw the video on, I'd like us to come back. Do we have time to come back after the video? So we want to give props a little bit to that, or are we short on time?
No, we're not short on time. That's why we started.
Well, let's go to the video because this is explosive, and then we can talk a little more, and then we can go.
What was this guy at River Runner? What was his first name? I know his last name.
Lassiter.
He just goes by Lassiter.
Lassiter.
Okay, gotcha.
Recording artist, Lassiter. You can look him up, Google him. He's been around for a long time. As I said, I introduced him. There's an old school group, the Oldies, and he's really young, and be able to be young and to really join groups like the times of the vocal popularity was going on with the Temptations and Blue Magic and so forth and so on. Oops. Now we're going way back, so he can actually sing the old tunes that you can't even tell the difference. It seems like the original lead singers, because most of these guys, Jerry Blavat, he just passed away. That's
yes, he did.
Icon, national icon. And so that involves what I'm saying, what he's doing separately as the lead singer for the old school representation for old school shows. And he's also doing his own music as well. I've seen his concerts, nice concert. And they're going to get that from this video too. We're going to try to get him on the show.
So this song, I hate this microphone, by the way. I'm not using this mic again. So this song is a remake of the Billy Ocean song, Feel Like Getting Down, One of Those Nights. You remember that song? From back in the day. What was that, from 84, I think? 84, 85?
Yeah, he sounds just like him.
Sounds just like him on there. So let's run this video, and we'll be right back again. Your mic is open, I think. So, and I'm going to shut up, and let's run this video right here on... See? All right. Give me a second.
I got my name.
All right, we are back. We are back here live. So, what do you think about that video?
Hey man, we gotta have a side camera, and I know you got the skills to do it. You know, so well, you know, when you break the frames, you know, where everybody's on, you got to have a break frame because you was just really getting and it's just like, wow, man. You can do that, right? You can do that. That's
I
like,
can do that if I set that up. But I don't think the viewers want to see me in the background twerking.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
They do. Yes, they do. And then you can see, you know, I could be. I mean, really,
By the way, I'm just kidding. I was not twerking in the background. I just want to let you know.
Yeah, you know, we got to add things to the show so that we can actually get people who are trying to get on the show, invite them to see. This is fun. We know how to make podcasts or whatever whatever proper term you want to use, video, media. We know how to make it fun and serious at the same time, you know, in a balance. And I noticed something, how you let the videos go on, you allow the credit to all be done, and that's so important. And you know that because you've been doing this type of work yourself for years. You actually can do music videos, infomercials, and you used to have the taglines and all that type of thing, and it takes a lot of work. So the reason why I appreciate what you've done and allowing the viewers to see it from the beginning to the end is so those people who have that type of skill, I don't know how to do those things, there is a skill to these things to get to this point where they just see us. And I really appreciate also the quality of both videos. You can really tell the difference when the quality is television quality and presentation. The audio was so good and solid, otherwise some of the videos sound a distance echo video, and then they can do what they can do with according to the money that they have, or doing the best that they can. So we're not saying that. I mean, we know that some of the most famous people today have been successful from just being able to do whatever was considered to be the cheesiest presentation, but it is the talent that is noticed. And with Lassiter and I have to remember the other gentleman's name in the other video.
Larry D.
Yeah, man. We got to get them both on the show. It would be nice if we get them both on the show at the same time. We get these artists on and have them having a conversation.
I'm actually trying to pull up. I just got a notification. I think we shot the balloons out the sky.
Oh.
I'm trying to pull it up right now, but here we go.
Wait, did you say we have more time? Is that that's what you said?
Let's see. Chinese surveillance balloon downed over Atlantic. So yeah, I think we shot him down.
Did you say we have more time? Because normally our shows are short.
Well, yeah, this one was an hour basically. We've already been doing this for 47 minutes, so yeah, we got time. We got a little bit.
Okay. Well, you weren't supposed to tell me that because normally I don't know how long it is. Wow. So wow, that's a whole different thing. Wow. That's all I can say. I'm surprised they shot it down, huh?
That's what it's looking like. I will try to get.
Yeah, let's make sure that's
if for whatever reason this turns out not to be true, this is what I'm looking at here. So you know how shaky internet news could be. So don't take that. Take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, they call it fiction news.
No, not fiction news, but preliminary. Like somebody might put something out, and then they come back later and be like, "Oops, we thought it was one thing, and then it was something else." So maybe it said Chinese balloon down. So I don't know.
Interesting.
So yeah. So anyway, you wanted to give some shout outs before we get out of here.
Well, basically, I wanted to remind everyone of all of our team, who's been with the Van Stone production, the whole WBSR Philly Funk Radio, Antoinette Cook, who is a beautiful married woman. Longtime friend of mine, of course, still a part of the show. She is a superstar when it comes to celebrity background conversations. If you watch the shows where they talk to celebrities and all kinds of stuff, this is what she's really good at. And also David Anthony, AKA the Michael Jackson impersonator, just fabulous and skilled, just a versatile interest in the entertainment industry or just topics of people. So these are two people who definitely want to say, Happy New Year, welcome back. We're back. We'll get the team back on the show. And then also DJ Rod Flash. Remember, we brought him in the end of last year.
Yeah, he has a barbecue spot.
Well, he doesn't have a spot yet. He just has a business. And so he cooks, I guess right now, out of his own kitchen, I'm going to say, but the food is very good. It's on sale. You can order and things like that.
You can't see it, can you? So I did confirm that. I don't know if you can see it in the screen. It does say,
I do.
It does say we shot the balloon down. So
okay.
I confirmed that with CNN.
Great. See, if CNN says so, then it's got to be real news, right? Not fiction. But anyway, so
sometimes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, DJ Rod Flash from Philadelphia. West Park. We all grew up in West Park. That's a big popular thing here in the Tri-City. We're going to bring in others, of course, Kasim, my son, Anthony Turpin, representing the gay community, LGBTQ plus. I just had to say, hush. It is what it is, man, because it's like, it's just another add-on. But, okay, we with it, and we're big supporters of that as well. And whatever the topics are, we welcome. If you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you're whatever the issue is, we want to have you on the show because we're used to carrying the news and having a discussion, for whatever it is. So welcome back, everybody. This is Van Stone here, and with a co-host Jerry Wilson, and hopefully everything goes smooth, and we're gonna have some exciting guests and things to talk about.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. I just wanted to give a shout out to, there's some people actually from the place that I work at that are actually watching. I wanted to give them a shout out. If you're watching and you know me from where I work at, how you doing? I don't want to get into specific names because I don't know if they want to be mentioned, but just hi if you're actually checking this out. So we'll try to do this again sometime during the week.
Yeah, anytime I'm back in action now. I was like this for a minute. Is this representation? Yeah, this is it. The handcuffs, but slavery. We need to really get into this whole topic, man. I mean, oh my goodness. It's just, people don't even understand. And it's Black History Month. Wait, we didn't even mention that. Come on,
yeah, we did not mention.
Oh my goodness. Black History Month. We have so much to talk about. We can talk about, big time people with our history who have just done so many fantastic things. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Meanwhile, we're still here in the fight. Slavery is alive and existing now. That's just my opinion. And if you want to come on the show, we can talk about it because some people don't agree with that. So
I know some people don't agree with it, but you could look at the criminal justice system. And again, I'm not, let me not go down this rabbit hole. We can be here tomorrow with that.
I know, I know, man. I know.
So we're going to end the show.
Okay.
So we'll be back, like I said, hopefully sometime later on during the week. So let me switch over to the other.
Early week. Let's try to get in early. Try to get something in early Monday if we can.
Early Monday. Monday's a little different. What is going on Monday?
That's right. Monday's not a great day.
Yeah.
Go for Tuesday.
Yeah. Tuesday would be more likely.
It's going to be a late show. I have a busy schedule now on Tuesday, so anything broadcasting would have to be, after 7 p.m. We'll talk about that off air.
Okay, we're going to set you up so that you can actually do the show live while you're driving.
I can.
Yeah, you can.
But it's still going to have to be after 7 p.m.
We both can. Remember, we had Warren Bloom on, and he was driving one time. We could do that.
Oh, yeah, that's not a problem. I'm just saying, that show is going to be a late show.
Yeah.
Tuesday I'm booked. We do work, right? We
by the way,
donations.
So by the way, shout out to Warren too, if you're checking this out.
Yeah, sure. We need donations. Shout out to that. How about, can we get some money in this year?
Cash at me, Philly Funk Radio. That's my cash app, Philly Funk Radio. How about you?
Yeah, cash app.
What's your cash app?
It doesn't matter. They don't go and donate.
Send us some money.
We need money this year. That's our main thing. We're going to be begging. But if we can work with some people and partner up and do some great things, that's what we're going to do.
Yo, I want this to be the year we make so much money that the IRS doesn't even think about auditing us. We're so rich.
Boy,
I want to get that Republican.
Taxes.
I want to get that Republican money.
We'll talk about taxes, and believe me, huh? Taxes and the IRS and man.
Yeah, but you know they're cutting you know what? That's another topic. So yeah, we'll talk about that on the next show.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you mentioned that. I'm gonna write that down for the next time. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me, Van, and have a good weekend. I actually gotta leave because I gotta go pick somebody up from work in a very short time.
Okay.
So
That's
all right.
fine.
See you guys later.
All right.
Hold up.